What's going on, guys? All right, so today I'm gonna wrap the front bumper on this Jeep Trackhawk. Now, this front bumper is not that difficult. Taking it off the car was probably more difficult than the Ferrari because I couldn't even do it. So I had to get the body shop next door to do it. So if you own one of these or you own a Jeep Cherokee at all, then you're gonna have a fun time taking it apart because it's literally probably one of the worst cars I've ever taken apart. Besides that, we've got it taken apart, so we've removed the top plastic grille here, everything behind here, and the fog light areas as well, right? So this way we have a nice pure canvas to wrap on. The sensors are also removed. There are sensors behind here. I removed them anyways. I didn't have to because this is gloss black, so it stays gloss black. And I'm going to talk about the inlays that I have right now. So I have an inlay right here. I have one long inlay across the top here, and then one here and one here. That's all the inlays we're doing for this front bumper. Done with knifeless tape, of course. You can see that I have my knifeless tape set up again on the inside here, and we'll show you kind of how we tackle that once we get to that point. So be prepared to watch this for the next hour or so. All right, now I'm going to start by anchoring the film. I've got my, I'm in a different spot today, so my camera is going to get, people are going to walk across constantly all the time. No big deal. So obviously the surface is prepped with isopropyl alcohol. I've also taken a compressor to blow away everything that might be loose and kicking around. Now guys, if you're following me and you like what I'm doing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you like these videos, don't forget to hit the like button. Again, I will post tools that I use in the description below. So if you're interested in picking up some of these tools for yourself, by all means, click the link in the description below. It'll take you right to the tool that I use. They're not all available online. So some of them are like, you have to go through Yellow Tools to get them and stuff like that, so I can't actually put a link to them. But anyways, just so you know, I'll put a link to everything that you can buy online in the description below. So I'm just going to line this up right now. Don't have to remove the headlights on this guy because they're not really in the way. And again, this film is got a protective cap on it, has a protective cap on it, so we're going to remove that. I'm going to remove that right now. So the color and brand of film that we're using today is Vivid, and this is called Nebula Black. So it is a combination of red metallic and black, and it gives it this amazing burgundy black effect. Certain angles, as you watch like on the hood video, you'll see that certain angles it's black, like obviously like really across here it's very black, while up here you can kind of see in the camera that, you know, you see how it turns like red. It's cool. It's just cool. So other than that, I mean, prep is pretty straightforward. This bumper should be pretty straightforward right now, and we're gonna get to it. This will be the very first bumper I've wrapped in this film. This is a brand new style of film. The film is a little bit thicker, which gives it a deeper appearance. Again, it's a little bit thicker, but it stretches really nicely, and it's not super sticky, which is also very nice. Just try to find. So my wife's here. She may grab the camera at some point and help record to get some close-ups. Right now, this is pretty straightforward stuff, so don't really need it. Just removing the backing paper. Let's get around here. So the bumpers are pretty tight on this. They're pretty close to 30 inches top to bottom. I actually, for full coverage on this, I need an inlay on the bottom. All right, so we're just gonna center it, make sure my lines are good. It's going a little bit lower, so it literally doesn't stick that much at all, which is nice, like I said. So I'm just putting a little tension on it. Cool. Now let's come back to the other side. And let's get this center kind of ironed up a bit. Or ironed out is what I meant. I have to put more tension across the center. So because I don't have a lot of tension across the bottom, I need a tension across that bottom section as well. So again, we're going to have to reposition. Now I'm going to pull. So you can see I haven't added any heat yet, which is nice. I'm able to get that nice and tight across the bottom. I was just being lazy before and wasn't pulling hard enough. Let's get some of these wrinkles out. So as far as the air egress goes, super easy, very nice to use. I'm going to cut off a bunch of extra film back here, but too much. Alright, I'll do the same on the other side. Now I'm going to start to add a bit of heat. Just checking my microphone since I lost audio on the hood wrap. So I'm going to pull it back a bit and I'm just going to soften the film slightly. I almost want it to grab the bumper a little bit tighter. This is my not so good side to pull on. Not as strong with my left hand on the lower side. I'm right-handed. Should be fine though. See that? That's exactly what you want, guys. If you're not getting that to happen, to be nice and tight like that, you got to start over. You're not doing it right. Get the top section done here so we can be at peace with it. So you can see why we want it to be tight across, right? We need it to grab onto everything. Otherwise, we're going to have too much slack on the top and bottom. So again, let's go back the opposite direction here. Just gonna throw a magnet down here, safe measure, always a wise idea. Right about there. I should just go back a little bit further. Right about there, yeah. When we're heating, we don't want to forget about the bottom, all right? Super important. It doesn't take a lot of heat to get it to start stretching, so probably somewhere around there. As always, my heat gun is on the absolute hottest setting it can be on. Good, good, I'm good with that. Let's get some air out of here. See how those massive air bubbles just kind of squeegee out? It's awesome, actually. All right. So I'm just trying to shrink it down into this little bit of a recess here. And that section is basically all done across the middle. Now we're going to start doing it around the headlight here and stuff like that. What I need to do is pull down. I got a little wrinkle there. There we go. So I'm going to pull down. What I'm not going to do is stretch in. What I'm going to do right now is lay in. Okay? Lay in as much as I can. That means coming from the bottom and relieving tension. Okay? Once I get the film laid in, then we can work out. So here, and it's more so just because I have the option to lay in here. Sometimes you don't have the option to. Like, I will have to stretch this at some point, but I did have an option to start laying the film in here, which is nice. So you can see actually it's laid in there much nicer. Now I'm going to bring the film back again. Just fix up some of the top here. Shrink it down. Good. There's the top right there. Let's just get all that. Cool. All right, let's do it. Just like that, guys. It's exactly what you want. Except you don't want to cause wrinkles like I just did. Right there. So I gotta go back. That was just because I didn't wait to squeegee. I squeegeed too quickly. Alright, that looks better. So we should be good right around here. Yes. Excellent. We're going to follow right through. So I do have this slight edge here, which I'm going to have to lay the film into and then come out, because it will definitely pop out of there. As far as here goes, I don't need to go that far in. I saw how far in I got to go, but in case we got to check, what we do is we just cut a hole somewhere more around the middle, then we check to see where our edge is. We finish off the top, and then we'll get onto that bottom section. Just letting all that shrink down. When we're letting it shrink down, we have to hold it in place. There. We have to hold it in the place we want it to be in. Otherwise, it's just going to start shrinking down wherever it wants to go. You want to guide it into a specific spot. See? No tension whatsoever along this edge. Okay, so now I'm going to start laying into this fun little recess. I have no idea if you can see that or not. I have to pull it from the bottom a bit. Get my hand behind the film, no choice. Again, because if we try to stretch into this recess, it's game over. So we just did a G-Wagon here, and it has a lot of little recesses like this in it. And pretty much every G-Wagon wrap that I've seen, it's failing in these areas. That's because everyone's stretching into these areas. We can't put a seam here because the body line trails off, so we can't put a seam there. So we have to lay in here. Bring it a bit this way, and then I have to be extra careful, right? So I'm trying to not pull back too far. Again, I have to heat. Make sure there's no movement in the film, right? Because if there's movement in the film and I'm trying to put the film in here, that means it's going to pull back out of there. So there shouldn't be any movement in the film when you heat. Now, once we get to the edge, we have to be very careful, and we have to heat and pull out slightly, okay? Just to balance all of it back out. Perfect. So from here, see how I pull back like this? I don't pull the film this way. That's because I won't come past this edge. I'm not likely to come past that edge. Got a bit of heat. I'm already at the edge. It's perfect. I'm close. Come back a bit here. Let's finish up down here. You see how there's actually dust on the car already? That's how fast it gets dusty. So again, trying to draw, let's get this bubble out, trying to draw the film back. Again, no heat, right? I'm able to stretch this without any heat for how thick it is. In small increments. Obviously when I do want to do larger areas, I want to add a bit of heat because it just makes things go faster. So I want to draw it up towards the corner. This is going to allow me to have it shrink around the corner also at the same time, as well as having no tension on the edge. Down here, I'm going to fold down. And just get this fixed up a bit. Okay. Alright, not a lot of movement. And we're around the edge. Cool. All right, let's get on to the other side, and then we'll do the cutouts. It's like 120 degrees today. fine. I've got to pull this wrinkle out. I don't think I can push down on it. Oh, maybe I can. There we go. That's great. So sometimes you can do that. Again, laying in. You see that I'm alleviating tension from the bottom, right? I'm letting the film come into this area right here. Can make things difficult to work with when you do stuff like that, because obviously it changes what happens to the wrap. It's not glass anymore, right? Okay, let's get these wrinkles up here. Alright, a couple more pulls and this side will be done, then we're on to trimming, okay? Pretty close to the top here, I don't have a lot, as you can see. What that means is I gotta swing the bottom around a little bit more. Yeah. So I'm gonna take more stretch from the bottom and swing that around. I'll have enough either way, but I'm just obviously trying to ensure that I do. Let's bring it back a bit. Let's bring it back to about here. Yeah, it's my left hand, so I suck with my left hand on the bottom. We have no movement, not really. It's important. Let all that shrink down, reposition, reset itself. That's what you want. Okay. When I pull, I don't mess around, you know? I just got to do it. So again, I don't want to cause a wrinkle here like I did last time, so I'm just going to gently push down on this bubble and get it out. Eventually it's just going to make its way to the edge. What? Dark? Okay, I'm almost at the edge. It doesn't matter because I have to reposition the film here anyways. Shrink it down. Look. Let all that shrinkage happen. Okay, go up. I'll go up here. There's that edge that we'll have to lay into again. Oh, missed another spot of air. Push down one spot, comes up another spot. That's just because I haven't squeegeed properly or thorough enough. If I had squeegeed there, it would not have popped up there. So, all right. Almost there. So while I'm here, I'm going to pull back the vinyl and get this laid in. Okay? Super important again. This is like, again, this is where things get a little tricky. You could try to put as much primer in there as you want. Guarantee it's gonna fail. So the only way to do it is this way. You know, sometimes there's multiple ways to do things. In this case, this is the only way to do this one. So again, that's a little trick for you right there. Should help you in the process of wrapping your car. So I'm not really in a tough spot. It's pretty smooth already. Didn't get the slack in there that I needed to. I moved it. Oh, gotta fix it and then get enough out. So you notice that I'm putting my hands behind it quite a bit. It's fine as long as you're not handling it too much. And I try to keep my hands away from the edges, mostly. Go ahead. Oh, screwed that one up, got some wrinkles. It's not what I wanted to do. That's better. So what I'm trying to do here is do this. I want to lift it up a little bit and again, lay in. Okay? That's the idea. Okay. So again guys, always when I use heat, I use it to kind of accelerate how quickly the job can go. I don't use it to compensate for a lack of skill. You don't want to use too much heat, we just want to make the jobs a little bit easier, a little bit faster. It has its place. So when I take the bumper off, what I'm going to do is trim all that in there. Actually, let's just do it now. Just come under the light. Get a bunch of that out of the way. Fantastic. Alright, so I'm just planning my next move. Just seeing, I probably still will need to do this small section when the bumper's off. Let's do all the rest here. So what are we looking for? We're going to be looking for a relief cut. So, sit down and get into cutting. So I'm going to cut a hole. This is just to demonstrate how you should be doing this. You can take the bumper off and have a look at it afterwards and trim it all up then off the car. But that kind of gives me a perspective. Okay, the edge is there, that edge is there, that edge is there. Cool. So, before I do any of this over here, I'm going to start to lay in some of this. What do I do with my knife? There it is. I'm just going to reach in behind here and feel. Okay, so it's right about there. That's where it kind of ends. So I can cut actually a little bit further. And that helps. Really what you want to do is start with the thinner edges and get those kind of taken care of, because this will allow you to start doing relief cuts. So the bottom of the lip is right here. I can cut down to about here and sort of around. I can feel the back with my hands, so I can cut around. This is going to help relieve a little bit of the tension right there, especially. See? Now we can start shrinking on that. There it is right there. So you see how I kind of pulled it through and squeegee at the same time.
what's the goal right here? I'm trying to cut away as much film as I can to create relief. Okay. So working in increments is very important. Scoping out the scene on the top. And again, we've got, basically this is as much as we could do as far as creating relief goes. So I'm going to get a wrap glove actually, because you should be using one right now. I'm going to heat it, and I'm going to kind of pull it through and push it at the same time. The reason why I'm pulling it through is to help keep it glass, okay? That wasn't even that bad. Okay. That was actually way less of a recess than I thought. So for those asking, how am I going to wrap the sensors? Take them out. Wrap them out. Best thing to do. Is these are out. So now I can just trim the hole around it. Or the hole on the inside. Cool, so let's get into doing the middle here, and let's do the knifeless tape section so you can see what that's all about. So I know that I can basically cut anywhere in here because I have an inlay. I have a massive inlay. And as long as I come underneath this edge, because I wrap pretty much right up to this edge with the inlay, we're good. Now what I want to do here is start coming down and then cut out this circular spot. You can see how I masked off this piece completely. This saves me from worrying about, hey, look, I have access to the knifeless tape. Booyah! So it saves me from worrying about cutting into this black plastic piece. Looks like I missed some air. There we go. So what I'm going to do is work the top section. I suppose you could take out this black plastic piece on this car. I didn't even look, because it gave me a nice gap to work around, so I just rolled with it. What we don't want to do is, when we're cutting, is cut through our knifeless tape, alright? So just keep that in mind, obviously. I don't have to worry about that just yet because it's a little bit lower. Start working in the side a bit here, and then I'll cut out more from the bottom, get over top of the knifeless tape, and then we're ready to pull it. So I have a lot of tension here. I know that I don't need to have this much material here. So let's make a relief cut. Will make a huge difference. All right. So I've got a pebble here. I can see it. I'm gonna get that out. Got another one over here. This is the nightmare part about doing bumpers. Sometimes this happens. Stuff falls from the top. There's only so much you can really do. So we try to make it as clean and crisp as possible. I know the difference between a stone and stone chips. There's another one there. Bugger. Okay. I'm really making sure everything's solid, nice and tight, shrunk it down. I want to make sure all my edges are tension free before we do any cutting with a knifeless tape. So we're just about there, guys. So I'm getting close to the knifeless tape, so I have to be cautious. Just pull that out. There's my tape. Okay, let's finish up the other side and then we can do it. This side has no rock chips. It's just the way it happens sometimes. So as opposed to even cutting this right now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go for the knifeless tape on the other side. I'll actually just, the small relief cut right here. And let's go for the knifeless tape on that side. Take my glove off. I'm going to break the string first out, it's just going to be easier. And then we're going to go from there, okay? Put your thumb, I put my thumb when I get into weird areas, just over it. Let's get all the knifeless tape pulled out of it. Slap a little bit of heat on it. There we go. Alright, let's do the top section. Right here, and then I'm probably gonna fast forward the rest just so I can get it done. I'll show you guys the end product. So I'm gonna do this top section right here, show you how it's done. I know I have an inlay. I know that I have an inlay that comes pretty much to the edge. So all I really got to do is come down about 1/8 of an inch. I can actually see it. I have my finger anchored, okay? Super important. I'm gonna move myself because I need to get behind my cut. I don't want to be reaching out. See, that's the worst thing you can do. All right. Let's get the top overlapped. And the bottom is going to be a little bit different. So what we have to do, just give me 1 second here, is we got to cut around these little prongs. Well, whatever you want to call them. So what I need to do is squeegee the film right up to it, just like that. Let's do the next one over here. There's only 2, luckily. I've done cars that have like 5 of these on them. And all we're going to do now is, because we have inlays on them, is cut up and up, okay? This is going to allow the vinyl to fold down. Look, see? Now the vinyl can fold down in its home. That's its home. That's where it wants to go. So again, cutting up. It is somewhat of a guess. You just have to know where you put your inlay, okay? I didn't cut through that or score it enough. There we go. There's one there. And let's do this one here. Cut through it again. Perfect. So we're going to make sure everything's hugging nice and tight. I'm using my fingers for this. You can use your squeegee, it'd probably make more sense. Cool. Stand up and do the rest. Super precise cutting here. There's a little prong there for the grill. It's probably 2 or 3. Yep. So I did not cut through here quite enough. So right now I'm cutting vinyl on top of vinyl, right? I'm not that concerned about cutting through. I won't cut through. You may want to use knifeless for each one of these little bits. It will be very tedious. This is more so where skill level comes into play. The worst part is like when you go to put back the grills, is that sometimes it pushes the vinyl forward. So we have to be careful of that. So something to keep in mind when you're putting everything back together in the end. It will happen.
The grills fit very tight, so sometimes they push the vinyl out a little bit. So we have to take care when we're pushing the grills in. Cool. So I'm going to fast forward the rest here, and we're going to show you the finished product in just a minute. All right, so the bumper's all finished up now, and this is what it looks like. So you can see we got to put everything back together. That's like an hour process. But anyway, some pieces were getting painted, like the bezels here and the little rings that were gray. They didn't really match anything on the car, so customer wanted them painted them gloss black. Next door, they're doing that. And we got a little bit more to do. We got the roof to do still, the rear bumper and the rear hatch, and a couple of fender flares. That's about it. Otherwise, we got the front fender flare here still to put on. Otherwise, pretty much done. So about another day's worth of work, and then it's got to be slapped back together. Some of it's back together already. Guys, I hope you liked the video on the bumper wrap. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see what this beast looks like when it's all finished up, don't forget the subscribe button. I'll do a full walk around of what this looks like. It's going to look amazing inside and outside. I mean, as you can see right now, it's just an awesome color. Again, vivid nebula black. Awesome finish, super glossy, super deep, very little orange peel. Looks awesome. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Take care.